Well, hello. Welcome to the Continental Divide National Scenic Trail. Once again. I just kind of do the same hikes over and over again. But I am going to be heading north this time. So last time I was out here, we went south, which is that way. So heading north and gonna be doing a 4-mile hike today. This will be my final 4-mile hike. Make sure no cars are coming. It's pretty quiet. There's been quite a bit of traffic up here on my way. Well, my way up and my way back and then my way up again, because I had to go back a little ways and get water because I forgot my water today. So yay. That was fun. So yeah, I got all the way up here. It's about an hour and a half drive. And I was gonna use the bathroom and I got my soap out to use after I used the bathroom, and I was walking to the bathroom and I was like, wait, what am I going to use for water? I didn't bring my water. I was like, I just stopped and stood there and like, I felt like crying. I did cry later. I didn't cry then. I held it in. But I was just like, oh my God, I cannot believe I drove an hour and a half to go hiking and forgot my water. So it was quite an emotional roller coaster. I ended up deciding to go back. There's a little town about 35 minutes from here that has a general store. So I decided to drive back, see if they were open and if they have water, and then I would go ahead and buy some and head back up. But I was upset with myself, and I did cry a little bit on the drive. But I'm looking at this as a learning experience, as everything is, you know. First of all, it's a problem-solving activity. I had to figure out what to do, how to solve my problem, and I did. I solved my problem, and you know, I kind of asked myself, like, what am I so upset about? And I think what was bothering me the most was the fact that I was going to be starting my hike later in the day, which meant it was going to be warmer temperatures. But I realized that mostly has to do with the fact that I'm thinking of the temperature in town, which is going to be hotter than it is up here. So I was like, it's not going to be as hot here. Plus I have a nice breeze. So it is going to be warm, but it's not as hot as it would be in the desert. So I was like, it's only 4 miles. Like, you can do 4 miles in a little bit of heat. It's not going to be like sweltering. The high for in town is 86, which means it'll probably get up to about 76 here. So, you know, and I might be done hiking before it even reaches that. And I have a breeze, and I'm among the trees, so I have places to stop for shade. I've certainly hiked up here in hotter weather, so I'll be fine. But it did also, like, you know, because I always think to myself, when I do stupid stuff, I always think, okay, well, you know, what can I do in the future? What if this were to happen again? How could I make it a better experience for myself in the future? And that gave me the idea to start keeping some emergency water in my car. It's not a bad idea generally to have emergency water in your car. So that is something I'm going to implement. It might not be cold, but at least I'll have water. And I won't have to delay my hike by so long. So, no big deal. Problem solved. Everything's fine. They only had little 16.9 ounce bottles. So I was like, I don't know how many to take. So I ended up grabbing 4. I think that should be enough. I also, I do have 6 bottles or 6 cans of soda in my car. So it's not like I would be completely without anything to drink. But I didn't really want to take soda on a hike. I don't think that would be the best thing to do. All right. So, here we go. 4 miles. I'm already out of breath. That's okay. All right, it just came from there. Came up that hill and got to the portion of the trail where it goes along this Forest Service road, which this is a nice, easy section. Although there are still some hills up ahead. I'm 0.88 miles in, so almost at a mile, and so far so good. I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I gotta stop and catch my breath on the uphills, but it's not unusual. I did find myself starting out with kind of a faster walk, and so I slowed my pace down. I always do that for some reason. I'll start out walking fast, and then I realize I'm going to wear myself out, so I got to slow down a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely warm when I'm directly under the sun. But I got lots of places to stop and get shade if I need a little shade. So I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, so this is my last 4 mile. So after this, I'll be going to 5 mile hikes. And the thing is that it's going to start getting hot next week. We're going to start getting temps in the 90s next week. So I don't know how it's going to go. I'm probably going to, continue to go out and see what my limit is, and then once I know it, then I'll have to kind of pull back on the hiking for a bit and just keep up my workouts at home. And I'll probably switch to going on more scooter rides at that time, because I'm trying to get out on my scooter more often, kind of get myself geared up for eventual moto camping trips very far in the future. But right now I'm just in practice mode. Right now I'm kind of seeing a clearer path for my future and what I want to do, how I want to spend my time as I get older and I gain more freedom. I don't know if I want to climb or be lazy and just walk around. I think I'm just going to walk around. And, right now my thought is that I guess somebody's driving up this road. It's like nowhere you could even go around in a vehicle. But, yeah, I feel right now like I want to spend that time in the future either going on hiking adventures moto camping adventures or car camping adventures. And so I just want to be like in practice mode right now, sort of getting my body in shape, getting myself used to going out and doing things instead of just sitting at home, trying to be more active and slowly building up like whatever gear I need, the money that I need, all that kind of stuff. So it's a nice time in my life, honestly. I'm really enjoying it. I like this slower pace that I'm moving at, realizing that I got plenty of time so I can build my savings up slowly. I can build my physical abilities up slowly, and it's nice. It helps me to stick to stuff a lot better than I would if I just tried to push myself to do more. So yeah, doing good. I'm in a good place right now. Alright, I just came down to this little clearing. This was 1.98 miles, so I walked a little bit further up until I got to 2.02. So came back down. There's the CDT sign. I thought this would be a good place to take my break in this nice little clearing here. This would actually be a really good place to camp overnight if I were backpacking. So there's a little road here too that kind of goes off. I think it'd be kind of cool to just come up here, like once I get into walking bigger miles. I think it'd be kind of cool to come and just explore all these Forest Service roads out here. But I think I'm gonna take my break under that tree. That looks like a cool tree to take a break under. So I'm gonna go ahead and get myself set up for my break. I gotta find somewhere to do my business first. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit sad that I have to turn around right now. I'm really enjoying myself. It's been a really nice walk today. Now, I say that, and we'll see how I feel when I get back to the car. I might be glad that I turned around now. But right now I'm like, oh, I've never gone past that little hill there. I kind of want to know what comes next. Is there a view up there? I want to know. But we'll have to say that for next time I come out here. But yeah, it's been a really, really, really nice walk. I feel stronger. I feel much stronger. I was actually thinking about, as I was coming down into this clearing, like I was remembering the last time I did 4 miles on this trail, which is the longest. 4 miles is the longest on this one. I did it last year and now I'm doing it today. So the next kind of time I come out here, I'll be going further than I've gone before on this section. But I was remembering the last time I did this, and I was exhausted at this point. Like, I remember like realizing I had to go up that hill a little bit in order to hit 2 miles and just be like, oh man, I was so tired. So I definitely feel way stronger now than I did last year when I was hiking. So I really feel like it's the taking it slow, doing this program that I'm on with the hiking and with the workouts at home, and just keeping it slow progress. I think that's really, really helping. I had a good lesson the other day too on not like trying to go faster with it, because Tuesday, today's Friday, so Tuesday I did my workout at home, and it was the treadmill. I did the treadmill and leg day. And I was just full of energy Tuesday. I was bursting with energy. And I did my 12 miles on the treadmill, and I was like, oh my God, 12 minutes. I was like, wow, that was so easy. And then I did my leg exercises, and like everything just felt so easy. And I started thinking about, maybe I need to amp this up a bit. Maybe I'm getting to the point where I need to like really push forward. But I didn't act on that. I just kind of let that thought be there, but I didn't act or anything. And then Wednesday I did my the walk at home video and arm day, and it was like it still felt good. I wasn't like as energetic as I was Tuesday, but it still felt good. But then yesterday, Thursday, I did the treadmills and the legs again, and yesterday I had zero energy. Like, I was exhausted at work all day. I had one of the servers was carrying the bus tubs back for me because I was just like, they're so heavy today. Like, I was just exhausted. I kept taking breaks. I just wanted to sit. And when I did the treadmill last night and my leg exercises, I was just like, I don't have the energy that I had Tuesday. And so it was a good little lesson for me, because I was like, okay, this is why we don't push forward. We don't push forward or try to do more just because we have one good day. Because the body will catch up, and my energy fluctuates a lot. Like, I'm sure that's partly my age, partly the perimenopause. I have that happen a lot, where I'll have like a really high energy day and then a really low energy day, and it just happens. And so that was a nice little lesson for me. Like, just stay with what I'm doing, stay on the program that I'm on, do the slow progression. It's working, so don't mess with it. But this is a nice day. I wouldn't say that this is a high energy day for me, but it's not really a low energy day either. I think I'm kind of in the middle. And so, yeah, I'm just really just enjoying my walk. So I'm going to finish up my little break here. And then I want to show my outfit a little bit, because I got some new stuff on that I'm going to talk about a little bit. Yeah, now the wind's really kicking up. Okay, I have my camera like weirdly placed in this tree. Using the tree as my tripod. Alright, so I can do a fit check real quick. Alright, brakes over. Get back on the trail. And right away, I gotta climb back up that hill. Okay, we can do this. So I think I'll wait until I get to the top of this hill and catch my breath, and then I'll talk about my outfit. Alright, I actually had 2 hills to climb. So the first one was a little rough, coming right after my break, but the second one was better. So I want to talk about my clothes. I know that's not interesting to anyone but me, but so my pants, now everything came from Amazon. I don't want to spend a lot of money on stuff right now, as I'm just trying to figure out what works for me. So I'm just getting stuff off of Amazon. So the pants I've worn 3 times now. This is my 3rd time wearing them. They came in a few weeks ago, and I really like them. They're very thin and lightweight, which is what I like, because I don't like my clothes to be too hot or heavy. So really like them. They've got the 2 side pockets. I think there's one pocket on the leg, and then they have the drawstrings at the bottom. And I'm very happy with them. The only thing is, I kind of think I maybe got a little bit too big of a size. I went with a bigger size because I wanted to have lots of room. I wanted them to be really loose, and they are. But they're almost a little too loose in the some weird tracks there. In the waist. Sorry, the legs are fine. The waist is a little too loose. So I'm actually gonna get another pair for for riding my scooter. I thought that actually both my pants and my top I think would work really nice for hot summer days when I ride the scooter because they breathe very easily, so they'll keep me cool. But so I'm gonna get another pair of the pants in a different color, and I'm gonna go with the next size down just to see how they are. My hat is like, the brim's higher than I thought, but it's okay. It's fine. I love this hat. We'll talk about the hat last. So yeah, so the pants are good, but we'll see what a size down is like. And if I like the size down, then I'll buy another pair for hiking. The sun hoodie, also from Amazon. So this one's a weird one because I bought the exact same brand as my fluorescent green one, but this one is so much nicer. I kind of think I might have bought a men's shirt because the fit, like I can tell by the stitching that this was designed for women. The lime green, or the pressed, I'll just say green. The green one didn't have that same kind of stitching. But it's weirdly enough, it's lighter. That the green one was kind of heavy feeling on me. But this one is super light, very thin. I actually wore it on my scooter 2 days ago, and I think it was in like the low 70s while I was out riding, and I was chilly. I was like, whoa, I might have needed some more clothes. So yeah, I definitely like it. Like right now with the wind blowing, like I can feel it cooling me down through the shirt. So it's really nice. I love it. So I'm definitely gonna get some more of these. I actually have 2 picked out. One to go with the pants that I'm getting for my scooter, and then another one to go with my orange pants, because I'll still wear those for hiking. I like the orange ones, but I threw away the green sun hoodie. I mean, it was all stained and gross anyway. So, but I was like, I ain't never wearing that again after having this one. And then lastly, my hat. So the hat I was so excited about. Actually, I should stop maybe so I can kind of show some features of the hat. So when I get to a good stopping place, we'll talk about the hat. Alright, I found this nice little sort of a tree I can hang this from to talk about it. So this has, okay, so I thought when I ordered this, I thought I was basically ordering the same hat that I already had, just it's got a fishbone on it. It's a fishing hat, but that's okay. We can use it for hiking. Yeah, I thought I was ordering the exact same hat, just in a different color, but this one's so much cooler. So just like my old hat, it does have the mosquito netting that tucks away, snaps up in the top of the hat. I don't know what the top of a hat is called. So my other one had that as well, so that's cool. Same feature. That's a must for me. But the things that were different that I really, really love, I already got dirty, but that's okay. First of all, I'm pretty sure this is a wider brim. I haven't actually measured it against my old hat, but when I put it on, that was like the first thing I noticed. I was like, wow, this brim looks way wider. And that's actually perfect. Like, that was what I wanted. I was just having a hard time finding something with a wide brim and mosquito netting. But apparently I found it and didn't even realize I found it. The next feature that it has, so my other one has a chin strap, but this one is actually detachable. So I thought that was really cool. Although I do like the chin strap since I hike in wind a lot. But it's kind of cool that I could take it off if I wanted to. And of course it's got this for the, I don't remember what that's called, but basically for your sweat. So that's really cool. The other one had that too. But this was like the one that surprised me. So it has the neck flap thing. So my other one, the neck flap was detachable, which I thought was a really cool feature, until I kept losing the neck flap because I would detach it and then I would forget where I put it. So in fact, right now I don't know where it's at. So this one, when I first got it, I was like, oh, it doesn't detach, you know, and I was like, well, that's okay, you know, no big deal, until I noticed that there's a pocket here. The wind's biting me. There's a pocket here, and the neck thing tucks away into that pocket. And I was like, what? That's amazing. So this is by far the best purchase I've made so far this year. I love this hat. And if anything ever happens to it, I will get another one. In fact, I wonder if I should buy more. I don't know. I have 2 hats. I probably shouldn't get any more hats. But yeah, love this hat. Very happy with it. So I'm about to hit the spot where I'm going to turn off the forest road and onto the trail. I don't know if it really shows up on screen, but it's like right over there. And I just wanted to show, because this is kind of cool. Over here, that's Highway 152. So I'm literally walking right by the highway. And I don't even know if it's going to show up on camera, but like right in the middle of the screen there, that is the sign for the actual Continental Divide. So that's where if you're driving, that's where you cross over the Continental Divide up here. So I don't know, I just think that's really cool that I'm on the Continental Divide Trail and there's the actual Continental Divide. I'm walking over the Continental Divide. I just realized too that I said Highway 152. No, I think it's Highway 52. 152 also crosses over the Continental Divide, I'm pretty sure though. But that's the highway that I take to go hike. Like the Hillsborough Peak Trail, Sawyer Peak Trail, Railroad Canyon, Red Park. But that's further south. So that's highway, I think it's 52. It's either 52 or 59. One of those. Anyway, I'm turning off of the road up here, getting back on the regular hiking trail. And so I should have a little bit less than a mile to go, I think, from right here. Cool beans. I just got back to my car and there's cows over here. There's one. Oh, there's one. They're moving away. They were closer to me, but they're moving away from me. But that's about the only wildlife I've seen on the trail today. All right, well, 4-mile hike is done. All the 4-mile hikes are done. All done. Is my phone upside down? And I was thinking to myself when I got back to my car that it would be really nice if I could set up in a spot in the back of this car for me to lay down and elevate my feet at the end of a hike. So that might be something that I work on in the near future. At first I was thinking, oh, well, I can't because I use it for deliveries, and I have a bag in here that I keep like extra supplies in, because you never know when somebody needs extra silverware or plates. Even though I take a lot anyway, but they still want more. But I was like, oh, there's not enough room. But then I was looking, and I was like, no, there's room. I just need to move some stuff around. I need to clean out my car and just move some stuff around and organize better. And I think I could do it. I think if I just got one of those fold up sleeping pads, I could just kind of fold it out of the way when I'm not using it, and then when I do need it, just unfold it and be able to lay down on that and just put my feet up back here. That'd be really nice, especially when I get to the longer hikes. I feel like that would be really helpful. But this was a good hike today. Had a really good time. The weather was beautiful. I would say like probably about the time that I turned back off of the Forest Service Road and onto the hiking trail. From that point on, I would say when I have full sun and no breeze, like I was definitely starting to feel the heat. But if I got in the shade or if a breeze picked up, then it cooled me down and it was much more tolerable. So if I hadn't forgotten my water, then I would have finished the trail over an hour ago, and it wouldn't have been that bad. So yeah, I just need to be more careful in the future about that. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and try, even though it's supposed to be like 91 in town on Monday. I'm probably gonna still try to head up into the mountains again, not over here, off the other highway, and try a trail out there and just see what it's like. Because I just need to find my limit. I think if I just head out the same time every day, every time I go hiking, and I'll figure out like what my limits are as far as the heat, and then once I figure that out, I'll know when I can go and when I can't go. So, and as far as like, am I ready to do 5 miles? Yeah, I'm ready. I know it's gonna be hard, especially at first. I imagine the first 2 5-mile hikes are gonna be pretty rough, but I think after that I'll get used to them, just like I did with the 4 miles. Because when I started the 4 miles, I was like, okay, that's about what I can do right now is 4 miles. But now I've done 4-mile hikes, and I'm ready for the 5 miles. So yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Just got to remember my water. I only drank 2 of those bottles, weirdly enough. So I don't know. Sometimes I drink a lot of water. Sometimes I don't drink much water. But I took the extra ones out and put them in my cooler. Those will be the start of my emergency water supply. I'll start building that up so that I always have water, so this doesn't happen again. But yeah, it was a great day. I had a really good time. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention is I've been following a couple of people. Actually, I've watched like quite a few videos, but I have like one person that in particular that I follow who's hiking the CDT. And I get the impression that this particular part of the trail gets skipped. Well, yeah, I mean, kind of skipped. Like, so what I've been kind of learning is that there's all kinds of alternate trails that CDT hikers can do. That will either like give them better water sources or take them closer to towns and stuff. So I think this portion probably doesn't get used that much. I think they take a different route. So I guess I'm not going to worry about ever. I never think to bring extra water with me. I mean, I don't even think to bring my own water, let alone extra water with me in case I were to like come across any hikers or if I wanted to leave some for hikers. But I don't think they even really use this section of the trail that much. So probably only like the like people who are like hardliners who are like, I have to hike the original trail, do that. But it did get me curious. I ended up downloading the Far Out app, and you can actually buy just the New Mexico portion. You can actually get the Mexico to Lordsburg section for free, but you can buy just the New Mexico section Far Out, and I think it was only like $15 or something. So I might do that because partly because that is an idea that I have for the future, is to maybe do like section hike just the New Mexico portion someday. But also just to kind of see how the Far Out app works because I know it's what everybody uses for the thru hikes and stuff. So I kind of just like to be familiar with it and see how it works. And I thought it might actually be interesting. It might be actually like show me like what the more popular routes are and stuff, and let me be able to see if people actually hike this route or not. So I don't know. I'm just getting so excited for the future. I know that things might not pan out the way that, I'm trying to head myself I'm heading myself in a certain direction and it might not pan out, but that's okay. Like if it doesn't, that's okay. But it's keeping me motivated to come out here and do this. So but yeah. All right, I guess that's it. Enough rambling. Yep. Thanks for watching. Bye.